Peggy 18.
Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another episode of Planetbase here on the Chair Profession Talk's channel with me, your host Max. And immediately as I start the freaking episode, we get a goddamn blizzard, which is gonna mean one annoying thing, and that is the yellow alert. Yeah, I could have timed this a bit better, but oh, what the heck. So anyhow, what are gonna be the plans for the expansion of the colony? Some might say that it might be not exactly a proper way to play through the game because I have the same map which I used for the dust or the desert planet, and since we don't have to deal with the freaking meteorites, I have much more freedom of stacking up the domes close to one another. So yeah, we have the possibility to consider looking at it from this point, or we might take a look at it from a completely other point, and that was that by the time I actually realized that I'm playing on the same map, it took me maybe a couple of episodes. Is that bad? No, not really. Will I try to cover the third episode or the third season on a different planet and a different map? Probably yes. Will I, however, see such a dramatic success in getting the colony up and running? I wouldn't say this is that early. I mean, what, we are down a couple episodes already on the Frost planet, and it's growing. I can honestly tell you I've never managed to get this far before, just due to the fact that usually I try to go for the expansion really quickly, and in comparison to when I'm recording the episode for the channel and talking to you from the past in the future, because God knows when this episode will be published. Some of the content which I'm publishing currently I had pre-prepared, but because stuff like Graveyard Keeper came out, I tried to focus on that, and the response was amazing. Really appreciate you guys sticking around with me, or heck, even subscribing. It truly make me feel that what I'm trying to do, especially when you looked at the earlier content which I published here on the channel and you liked what I'm trying to pull off here, that feedback really gave me the boost which I needed after a year of uploading content on the platform overall and not seeing that much of a feedback. So yeah, I'm not really sure honestly what the hell is going on with YouTube lately. Algorithm is doing weird stuff. I've heard all sorts of other things from other channels that, for example, YouTube had screwed up some algorithm and people were not even getting paid for their contents or for their views and for their videos. And I mean, I'm obviously not in that category because I'm light years away from being a monitoring channel, but I'm not looking specifically for that right now. I'm trying to hone my skills so that when I will eventually upgrade my hardware, I will be able to at least take a look at the video editing software and be like, okay, so I can do all these cool things with the footage and maybe bring some added value to you as the viewer. I honestly do enjoy making some of the videos which I did. Maybe I will try to do some tips for this game, but I'm not really sure if I'm the best person to do that because I still have no freaking idea of what the hell am I trying to do here. So yeah, I'm also realizing I have colonists turned on, and I'm not really sure who is still arriving. We are at a nice 195 population currently. I'm gonna shut off the colonists because I am receiving a medics to arrive. That's cool. We have 51 workers, 64 biologists, we have 32 engineers, goddamn, 25 medics, and 23 guards. That is just awesome sauce. So, what would be awesome is to get the driller robot and the carrier robot. These are breaking down the most. I am sitting on a stupid amount of meals, and I have discovered that if I try to screw around with other crops besides the mushrooms and the wheat and some synthetic meats, it just goes all to really dark place really quickly. So I just try to sell off as much storage as I can. I'm gonna pay off the rest using the coins or credits or what you want to call it. Still not over the fact that in a sci-fi game I am using coins to pay a space trader. Seriously, you could have called it whatever else, just don't call it freaking coins. This is not a medieval RPG. So, my estimates on how the next season might go, and why am I talking about next season when this season is not done? Well, I don't have an exact plan on where to expand or how to expand or which structures to build. We can obviously go for like the pyramid and try to do the goddamn monolith, things like this, but currently it looks more like I'm having issues with the available storage space. I'm gonna have to look for some options to expand the storage, because if we are incapable of changing certain ingredients from, I don't know, like starch to bioplastic, that is gonna cause some stupid amount of issues. This is also one of the primary reasons why I'm trying to ditch all the goddamn starch. Okay, you are being super annoying. I see that this entire bioplastic processing unit is almost empty, although we do have the bioplastic stacked up in the goddamn machines. So, did I go just for like one really big boy? Ah, what the heck, let's do it. So the expansion plan for the next planet, right? Don't really know how that will work. I'm honestly super amazed that I'm still managing to keep this colony alive. And yes, having the knowledge of what the layout allows me to do and how far can I build out into the world or the limited map is also really helpful. I mean, I honestly thought this is some form of an endless mode where I can just build till I fill in this entire map. I'm not really sure if I need to download some freaking mod for this or do something else, but I swear, back in the day when the game came out and some popular YouTube channels were covering this, not really sure if I would say that maybe PewDiePie did cover Planetbase. Not really sure if that is his type of jam. I don't know, I'm not subscribed to him personally, so you would have to let me know. But yeah, there were like lots of videos of these amazing colonies, and I really did not understand how a person can create a video for how to achieve a massive colony and not give you some proper steps and show you like an end game of a save file, based on my understanding of the game now. Am I gonna do the same? Hell no. Will I try to like pull off, for example, a review or some tips videos? Maybe. Will I do it immediately? No. I really need to put in some hours and play around with the game and see what can be done. And here is where I'm terrified of the next planet. I'm not really sure if the next planet, please don't tell me you're gonna build yourself in here. Well, why couldn't you have built this thing up? Now, seriously, a person has to arrive here, a freaking engineer has to arrive here to build this. Sometimes I really hate the AI here. Okay, so not really sure if the next planet is the one which has the solar flares or the lakes. I know that there is this green-looking toxic Jabba the Hutt-looking planet where you have like these weird lakes which prevent you from building. You have solar flares, and solar flares are so really freaking annoyingly dangerous. It's really impossible to, like, early in the game especially, try to negate them, because if you do not have a security center to bring in all the people, if you don't have your sick bay up and running, whoever gets the radiation poisoning from the solar flares is gonna get super boned, because the radiation keeps killing the person at much faster pace than any of the other ailments they can suffer. Starvation, or colonists can survive without food for some time. Is it optimal? Of course not. I mean, if I would be starving due to incompetence of some leader in colony, I would probably end up rebelling and doing something violent, or maybe just raiding his stash, who knows. But yeah, I'm not really sure if I will see the same result in the third season. Maybe I will die, maybe I'll have to restart the colony, maybe I will publish the videos that way too. Not really sure. I did not think that much about it, to be perfectly honest, because it's so far away. I mean, we still have this real estate which I can cram in bunch of stuff into. I would therefore really love to build in something. Can I go with the freaking pyramid here? I mean, it's gonna be tucked in between oxygen generator and a massive storage silo. One thing which I really think I did not, however, do lately is build that many power generating units. I mean, I'm looking at half of these power batteries and they're freaking empty. And I don't like that one bit. Look at it, it's daytime and our solar is not able to keep up with demand for energy. All I'm trying to do right now is just ditch as much freaking starch, much ore as I can to free up some freaking space in cargo so that we can get in more valuable things in return. Are you kidding me? Okay, you know what? Let's grab the meals. We have dropped from like 77 to 44. Is it optimal? Probably no. Will it help to increase the happiness of the colonists? God, I hope so. Really was hoping I can get more, but he did not have that much money. Sucks. Okay, so the pyramid is gonna be built here. I'm still thinking that, yeah, I won't be able to connect through here, which is a huge shame. But yeah, this energy demand thing is kind of having me worried, because if colony of this size would suddenly run out of juice, we are screwed, because all the oxygen generators at the same time would shut down and everyone would freaking suffocate, and there would be nothing more embarrassing than seeing 195 colonists suffocate. You know what, let's give you some food and some booze and some sleep. As long as you promise to not shoot up the goddamn place, I will be okay. We're gonna spend some money here too. Who knows, just don't do anything stupid, okay? Don't have the capabilities to move around. Keep a close eye out on you. And trust me, I know, because I keep editing and rendering the footage whenever there's like a blizzard. I move too damn fast, like do this, the whole damn video is all blurry as hell and it's looking really bad, so trying to keep it steady and talk more, and in the meantime build something. This is also why I'm kind of running into some issues with how many games can I actually cover. I do like the fact that I'm covering more games on a weekly basis. Reason behind this is simple. I cannot commit my channel to like a single game permanent. Uh, it just happens that eventually I'm just gonna get bored with the game and I need something else. So, would I be able to do a channel specifically just for one game, even if it would be like, I don't know, World of Warships or War Thunder or something? No. No, I would not be able to pull that off. Reason behind this, I would get bored of the game and I need to switch the things that I'm doing. It keeps me entertained, it makes me more engaged, it makes me want to continue to crank up the content for the games. And yeah, since lately I've like finished certain series, I'm looking for some replacements, and not really sure if it's just the limitations with the laptop or if OBS is the culprit behind some of the issues. But there are some games which I'm fully aware my laptop can run without an issue, and even if I would try to record them, there should not be an issue with that too. Biggest problem is, however, that when I try to actually pull this recording off, something really weird happens. Either the game or the recording is super choppy, despite the fact that the laptop is not showing any major decrease in drops in FPS or something, because obviously, since I have multiple applications running on the computer, I am engaging the processor, the RAM, and the graphics cards more than if I would just play the game on my own and nobody would ever find out, you know? So, I'm not really sure what are the causes of the issues. I've looked over some forums and I wasn't really able to find like a proper response of what might be causing the issue and how to theoretically fix it. I mean, heck, I ran into weird problems with OBS where I was able to properly record the Banner Saga, the first one, without any hassle whatsoever. And when I finished that game and then installed the sequel and I tried to record it, OBS just would not record it for the life of it. And it looked like the game was running on the same freaking engine, same graphics, everything looked like 99% same, and yet it just did not work. So I'm trying to work out if I will be able to cover certain titles where, for example, like the game looks perfectly fine on my screen, it looks perfectly fine while I'm trying to record it. I end up the recording, and after I try to replay the recording, like the video is super freaking dark. I have no freaking idea what's the cause behind this. And on one end, it's kind of infuriating because these are older titles, so I know I should be able to run them on the laptop and cover them. I mean, I have experience with them, I know what to do there, I should be able to manage it, everything should be perfectly fine and should have content for the channel this way, and yet it just does not want to cooperate. And the funniest thing is that these are titles which I don't mind playing through. I mean, I played them hundreds of times, and if I can have them on the channel, maybe one day someone will be just super bored and will want to listen to me shoot through a German camp during the Second World War in some older game, and things like this might happen, who knows. But when I will eventually, if I will be able to get my hands on a freaking power source, some decent RAM, a freaking processor, a motherboard which would be able to do what I require it to do, yeah, I'm really thinking it's not gonna happen, maybe, God knows, until like the end of March, maybe of 2021, who knows? Like, I cannot honestly promise you anything at this point. I don't know at what time I will be publishing this episode. I just hope that you know that I'm, like, putting out these episodes so far. And I'm doing mostly playthroughs because these are a bit easier for my system to put together and render it out. I'm only working with 8 gigs of freaking RAM, and it's a freaking nightmare. Surprisingly enough, I had more crashes when I'm trying to edit an episode like this in comparison to when I did like a video for Graveyard Keeper, The Witcher's Eye. I mean, I had 0 issues whatsoever freaking ever there. The program just worked. I made sure that all the other applications were turned off, as I usually do when I use the video editing or the rendering process, because your browser and other crap might be using the RAM, and if you have only 8 gigs of RAM, you really want to make sure that they all work for rendering your program. So yeah, definitely planning on building a system with at least 32 gigs of RAM, because otherwise this is gonna be just a freaking nightmare. I wanted to make a YouTube channel for God knows how long, and now when I actually have one, and I learned how some of the filters and features work, I actually tried to go and take a look at some of the channels to which I have been subscribed to for a long time, to see how they started off, and see what they were up to before. Like, for example, when I started off with Graveyard Keeper. The game is awesome, it has its flaws, no game will ever be perfect, let's get that out of the way right out of the get-go. Do I think that some of the, let's call them legacy games like Half-Life 2 are perfect? No. Do I enjoy them? Yes. Do I think they have tremendous replay value? Maybe every couple of years. The game that got me hooked to YouTube as a platform was actually Alan Wake. And it was done or covered by the Rad Brad channel, and that guy is still doing content for YouTube. Like, really popular and stuff, but back in the day, it was really interesting to see the game experience someone else's perspective, and so I really enjoyed that, and I was really hoping that eventually I will be able to pull it off, but the biggest problem was that my living conditions and things like that, it would be just impossible for me to cover YouTube because I sucked at school. I never like really got super engaged in some of the activities. I did actually go for like the debate club and things like this, so I really enjoyed that. Actually joined the debate club because I was into this one girl, and it still did not work, so, but it was lots of fun. But yeah, I mean, eventually I definitely want to cover like Alan Wake and some other games on the channel. Like, if I would tell you some of the games which I've never played, and you're gonna be like, dude, how is that even possible? Like, how could you have not played that game when you keep saying that you had this system which you left to your parents, which has pretty decent 10-year-old processor, some really weird AMD graphics cards which you cannot even find on the AMD website. Yeah, I mean, I don't know, I just never really went with like the flow. I mean, most of the titles which I cover here on the channel are indie titles, and that's mostly because they don't require that many hardware specs for them to run smoothly. So A, I enjoyed that. B, I really enjoyed the fact that actually it is the possibility or having the access to the indie studio developers, that they give you these games that large studios would just simply not see the potential of investing into. You know, like for example, Madruga Games here, they created Planetbase, and then they created the amazing, what's it called, that game where you play through the Stone Ages and you develop the tribe into like a society in the Bronze and Iron Age. God damn it, I totally forgot. The worst thing is, it was actually even shown in the main menu of Planetbase. Oh my god, you're gonna have to kill me. Okay, hold on. Maybe I will remember. Dawn of the Man. Yeah, Dawn of the Man. Man, I'm such a dumbass. So, Dawn of the Man, and you're never gonna see freaking Ubisoft go for this. I mean, sure, they actually have, for example, Anno 1800, and there's gonna be eventually Settlers. I'm really dying to see what the hell will be Age of Empires 4 like. I mean, I can only imagine. Why am I trying to exchange credits for credits? What the hell is wrong with me? Do you see this? Why is nobody telling me anything? I'm just really so, like, so deeply in me just yammering about this stuff that I don't even freaking pay attention. That, what the hell am I doing? I'm exchanging credits for credits. What the hell is this? Let's just sell a ton of stuff and yeah. So obviously I have lots of plans. I really want to cover the games because one thing which actually allowed me, or YouTube has allowed me to do, is to make sure that I go through with finishing certain titles. Like for example, Graveyard Keeper. I did the beta test for the game. I enjoyed the game when it came out, but like halfway through it, I just got bored with some of the fetch quests, like building the 2 blood fountains in the church's cellar, and so on, that I just stopped playing it. And when I started to cover the game for the channel, I experienced some of these waves too, but I pushed through and I actually learned of what might be a valuable information and what you might enjoy in the video, and what is just super boring stuff which I just skipped. And the feedback from your side, even for some of the episodes which were back in the day when I started to upload on the channel, actually are a proof of that. So I really appreciate the feedback. I really appreciate the views, and I'm just happy that you are tagging along with me for the ride. Do I plan on doing more videos with added content for you as a viewer? Definitely. Do I plan on spamming one game at a time? Maybe. I mean, when I did the Graveyard Keeper, it was a opportunity for me to get ahead of the competition, and YouTube is an extremely competitive space, so obviously there is that, but I actually did enjoy it. I did get lots of you to subscribe. I really did see the feedback from you, and you did enjoy the videos, so I'm super happy with that. And yeah, it's just really difficult for a new channel to be discovered unless you have opportunity to do something weird. I mean, if you look at some of the channels which are these days popular, right? Like for example, Oxhorn, right? He did the lore videos for Fallout 4, that's where he like blew up, and then he did Fallout 3 and New Vegas. I still believe maybe New Vegas is better. Oh, let me know in the comment section. But he eventually did the first Fallout and the second Fallout. But if you go on his channel and like take a look at what he was up to before he did the lore videos, I think he was uploading like videos of World of Warcraft like 8 to 10 years before he did even a single lore video for Fallout. So So sometimes it just takes something to come up with. I do have ideas, I'm writing them down. Eventually, I will hopefully get to making them when I will build a freaking computer. And yeah, I'm really hoping that some of those things will take off, even if some of them will never get the feedback that I would dream of. I don't care. It's my channel. If I can make something which I find challenging, something that will teach me some new skill or make me improve in some of the aspects like editing and God knows what else, I'm gonna go for it. So I'm warning you right now. And yeah, that includes the chatty part of the video, and now I feel like we totally try to concentrate on building some actual structures in order to support the colony. Obviously, we are consuming 660 kilowatts per second, or whatever is the unit of time to which the energy unit is bound to. Our colonists are happily shipping off tons of materials to the trading vessels. We are gonna have a room to expand to here. But what I'm actually thinking is that we might pull off something funny here, and I'm really thinking we should do solar over here. Really want to go with the big ones. I really would hate to build, like, I don't know, 10 small solar panels here. The reason behind this, if I build 3 massive solar panels, they each produce, let's say, 100 kilowatts, right? But it's the maintenance that I'm thinking of, because I require spare parts to maintain these things in order for them to be operational. If I would have 10 solar panels, that would mean that at any given time I require 10 spare parts. Spare parts are produced by producing metal and bioblast, or combining those two and getting the spare parts. Parts are only produced by engineers, so if you don't have the colonists or the robots or facilities to pump out the quantity of material which you require, you are realistically screwed, and your expansion will stagnate for quite a while. Also, I don't have an issue currently building 3 massive solar panels because I have some metal built up in the reserve. However, I am constantly having an issue with the manufacturing of the metal. Despite the fact that I'm sitting on 242 freaking stacks of ore, I just can never match the production of the bioplastic processors with the metal processor. So I might try to squeeze somewhere another processing plant which would be able to turn ore into the goddamn metal. The biggest problem is, however, if I try to put, let's say, the processing plant instead of here by the airlock and access to 2 mines, so the flow of the ore can go through here. If I were to build it somewhere here and there is not a single mine for me to attach it to, it's just gonna make it that much more logistically nightmarish to deal with. A reason behind it is very simple, and I also don't understand why I built this solar panel when this one needs to be built first. Otherwise, the whole production process with here is just like, it doesn't do jack. Okay, we are gonna get that's 165 kilowatts of added power, at least throughout the daytime. But damn, this is a really chunky boy. I'm really hoping I will be able to squeeze in here. So Yeah, I mean, obviously here you can see that the starch is immediately being transferred to the bioplastic, and like this massive storage unit is doing nothing but storing the goddamn bioplastic. But if I would try to do a processing plant here, which I can totally do, if I would just put in metal processors, you're never gonna see that many workers stand there and do their goddamn job. So obviously I'm trying to think of some way to properly utilize the entrances, the exits, and things like this. Because yeah, I mean, I have one processing plant here, and the reason why there are more bioplastic processors is because there are like two forms, right one next to another almost. There's like storage, but mostly what flows through here is starch and consumables, such as veggies, right? And if I would to try to cram in more of the metal processors, just don't think this one single mine where we started off the colony would be able to feed it. And because I'm not really sure where the ore is being stored at here, which is damn idiotic, nobody seems to be interested in creating the metal. So yeah, that's pretty damn bad. But hopefully the 3 added solar panels will give us that extra notch we will need in order to fill in some of the lectures. I mean, these are the really big boys. I should have the recipes for those by this time. Really need to take a look. We really need to build the monolith, and I'm not really sure if I will be able to 100 people here. I mean, the colony is growing. We have the food to maintain them. Just not really sure what would be the class of workers or colonists that I would have to prioritize. My honest opinion is I would just require more of everyone, because I mean, look at the number of medicinal plants, look at the number of bioplants. This can turn out so much more medical supplies, but the doctors are doing logistics, so they are actually shipping the goods from the domes to the ships whenever the merchants arrive, and you don't have that much control over the micromanagement of the AI, which sucks. If that can be added into this game like they did it in the Dawn of the Man, that would be just freaking epic. Really wanna grab even some of the credits, and I'm not really sure if I will be able to pay it off. Let's see how much can we cram in here, and yeah, that'll do. That will do pretty damn fine. We're gonna get rid of some of this junk, and are having, sure, why the heck not, the last people who visited the colony tried to shoot us up. I'm gonna probably raise the alert now. It's gonna slow down the freaking game. No, wait, the blizzard actually slows down the game. So when we raise the alarm, I'm not really sure if the little robots will stay inside and just not give a damn. What you will notice is that your colonists are not leaving into the outside. So they're gonna stick inside, or stay inside, What are they gonna stick to the walls? Butchering of English 101. Maybe 304? I don't know, I'm quite far with the episodes and how many mistakes I keep making. So basically they will actually switch from I don't know, doing the outside work to doing the inside work. So if your engineers are not fixing stuff, which theoretically the construction robots should do, they will be turning out the semiconductors, the spare parts, the guns. Your workers will switch from mining to turning the starch into bioplastic, or the ore into metal. So these are pretty damn decent things which can happen to you, and once again we are gonna ditch a whole lot of stuff. with I do wonder if he has enough stuff to pay me for all this junk. Okay, he apparently has, so we are gonna... Just not really sure how this is gonna work out, the unimportant factor. The trader will stay here only for a certain amount of time. And so... during the blizzard, he will obviously not leave, but after the alert is lifted and people are able to go out and drop off whatever they are supposed to receive in exchange for the goods or coins or credits or whatever the hell you want to call it these days, we are working with a shorter amount of time or shorter window of opportunity. And the worst thing what can happen to you, and this is one of the main reasons why I actually started to use these kind of a 2 airlock per starport layouts, is that this allows me to just move that much more inventory through this point. Is it bad for the oxygen levels? Most definitely. That is why I had to create the oxygen generator in this part of the freaking map. But other than that, yeah. So let's just let this thing pass, and we will take a look at how this develops. Obviously, I should build a few more things at least to make the episode worthwhile watching. I do realize that the video will be a bit more blurry, especially now during the blizzard, and because of the yellow hue on the edges of the screen. I really don't understand why that specific thing is like distorting the quality of the video or dropping of the FPS, but I mean, the funniest thing is that I'm just happy that I'm able to provide you with some content at this point. So yeah, I do apologize for the fact that the Planetbase video is a bit more shabby. If I will eventually upgrade my system, I'm not really sure if I will do Planetbase 2. The problem with having access to better system is the fact that you have freedom to do all sorts of things. Obviously, I don't spend every waking moment of my life just sitting on my ass and making videos. That would be pretty damn pathetic. I actually do go outside to have some walk or do something, especially since they keep closing down the freaking gyms, and they have these weird policies when in between these waves of COVID, they like allow people to go work out, and they don't have to have the face cover in the workout area, but if you are in the entrance or the reception of the gym, you have to wear it. And like the gym where I go to specifically, when you want to move from the cardio zone into like the workout zone, you go through the entrance or the front desk where you have to wear the mask. At those two, you don't have to wear the mask. So people moving from point A to point B don't have the mask, and I was like the only person there with the face cover, and I was like, what the hell is going on? So yeah, it makes really zero sense to me at some times, but yeah. Okay, so I really want to build something here in order for us to ensure we can go through here. Let's take a look at the trading merchant. I definitely want the carrier robots. These are awesome. I have expanded my robot population quite a lot, to be honest. But because we have such a massive surplus of inventory constantly on our hands, it's not that much of an issue, honestly. Just pay off the merchants and get whatever the colony require, And the cool thing about the carrier robots is that they can do the damn job of supplying whatever workstations you might need, or just grab the finished products out of them. We are currently sitting at, let's take a look. We have 37 carrier robots plus the 2. We have only one freaking construction robot. How the hell did that happen? I used to have like 12 of them. But that's bad, because this will mean that the engineers will have to go outside and fix stuff instead of, I don't know, being stationed in the telescope or doing the semiconductor production or like the spare parts production. So I'm gonna definitely have to do something about this. I can purchase the construction robots. I really don't want to switch the robotics facilities to producing the construction robots, because before I had this amount of droids, I had like 24 construction robots or so, and we got to the point when I stopped creating or construction of the exterior structures or just any of these domes in this part of the map, and they were just sitting in one of the domes, just wasting space. So I really want to avoid that, but now I really want to get my hands on more construction robots. Damn, how the hell did I manage to screw this one up so badly? It's gonna also make it really annoyingly difficult to then make sure that we have like all the external facilities properly managed, because at this point of the colony there are just so many goddamn solar panels and wind turbines that need their maintenance, and if I have one construction robot, there's just so many engineers that are gonna have to do this job instead, and yeah, I'm not a huge fan of that, so we're gonna have to do something regarding this. And we are gonna also, you know what, are gonna have this sort of ratio for, you know what, let's go with 20-20-20 and just how this will react. The overall metrics. Not really sure who will arrive. If you screw around too much with these settings, God knows who will actually arrive. At certain points, what I've noticed is that if you allow the colonists to be arriving to your colony, the fun thing is that actually it's gonna take you some stupid amount of time for the colonist class which you selected to start arriving. So in the first shipment you might get like one person, and then you are gonna keep getting more and more. But if you have more classes, like for example you want engineers and medics to be arriving, but in the previous arrivals you had only engineers set up, on the next vessel or the next colonist ship might not even bring you that doctor which you really need desperately for some God knows what. I don't know, you have too many radiated dummies, or you don't have any medical supplies, or there's just some reason why you have to have a doctor. I mean, besides the fact that the medical supplies are a great commodity for trading, I highly advise, however, whoever picks up the game and starts their colony to use their medical supplies at the start of the game to like use it as a commodity in order to get food or something else. Food can be grown. It'll take their time. They might be a little more grumpy because they have to wait a little longer, but don't get rid of your medical supplies. Don't get rid of your spare parts. Don't get rid of some of the components which you have to, I don't know, spend God knows how many units of ingredients to manufacture. Because if you take a look at spare parts, right? Spare parts require metal and bioplastic. Metal requires ore, Bioplastic requires storage. In order for you to acquire ore, you need to spend metal to build a mine. In order for you to build storage or get storage, you need to use metal and bioplastic for a biodome, which can then house the plants, which will cost you more bioplastic, but that you can get one storage and 2 pieces of wheat. So yeah, it's complicated like that. I'm not really sure where the shooting is going on. I think we have cleared it out. I think I went the wrong way. And we have killed the 4 intruders. Good for us. Really glad I kept that control center in here. Please tell me you're gonna have some freaking Russian robot. I cannot believe I'm actually saying this. And I don't know who just arrived to the colony, but we are up to people. We have, yeah, average prestige, the happiness is, or the welfare is jumping all over the place. I'm not really sure, like, I have been notified by some of the people in the comment section that look at my stats, but they did not let me know. How the hell am I supposed to get there, so I'm not really sure what to do with that information. Where the heck do I put this awkwardly looking thing? It would be so much awesome if I can build it on top of this hill here. Seriously, why can't I build the observation post telescope up on the high ground? It would just make so much sense. So much sense. Where at? I'm not sure if the obelisk thingy should be in close vicinity to the colony so they can look at the massive shade it will be casting at whatever dome will be in its vicinity. Not really that well versed, but you can tell me you're shooting up the colony. Okay, there's a doctor and the guard. So a massive ship of visitors, which can hold like 10 to 12 people, only drops off 2 colonists, even at the later stages of the game. God, I love this game. Hey, I'm not really sure if it's just me or if it's the, yeah, is it actually, yeah, it's the engineers who are fixing everything. So we really need to freaking do something regarding this, because it's driving me up the wall. I really need to get some construction robots, but I really don't feel like switching the, productivity from bot workstations, especially because no engineer is in them doing anything cool. So we can leave it as it is. We are burning through semiconductors right now pretty badly. Spare parts are kind of running out because we just had a wave of engineers go outside and do God knows what. And I just keep receiving colonist ship after colonist ship. I have no idea who driving. That's the same. I think we got more out of the other classes. I'm gonna shut off the colonists for now, and we're just gonna let it be as it is. The power is doing right now much better. The 160 something kilowatts per second from the 3 massive solar panels has definitely helped me push above the required consumption. I really want to build more of the batteries, but I really don't want to squeeze in anything here because I'm already kind of afraid if I won't have to move this massive solar panel as it is. But I can, however, definitely do build a battery here, here. Unfortunately, I'm not really sure if this will allow me to build in here. Like, no is the answer. That sucks, but we gotta do what we can. Batteries, just because why the hell not? Let's build the 4th one around here, and that'll be last check for the node. Mostly because I feel like I've just the edge of the map, so yeah, fun stuff. Will I be able to squeeze in like 95 more colonists? That's a good question. How many episodes will I do on the Frost Planet is also a pretty damn good question. So if you are interested to find out, consider subscribing. I publish content on base. I do mostly playthroughs, I do discussion videos, I do tricks, I do all sorts of things. Just click on the damn link in the description and you will go and check it out on your own. I usually, like, my thumbnails will let you know what the hell is going on in each episode, or in some of the discussion videos or other content. They look like a really horrible 9 gag page of bad memes, but that's how I like to do my thumbnails. So when I will eventually learn to be more efficient in Photoshop, or be able to spend money on the goddamn Adobe Photoshop editor, then we can talk some more. But until that time, you have to deal with whatever the hell I'm able to put together for you. So I'm really hoping you are enjoying it. If you are enjoying it, please consider giving the episode a like. And it's not for me, it's for the YouTube algorithm, because if the video has likes, if it has comments, then it's pushed more forward. Unfortunately, if you're going to take a look at the front page of YouTube and type in Planetbase, you're going to find mostly videos which were published, I don't know, like a couple of years ago, and yeah, nobody cares about them anymore. So check out this, because this is new and this is coming out now, and because I cannot publish more content for, I don't know, Cyberpunk or something, if the game will eventually even be released, because they keep playing it and I keep just laughing my ass off, because I've seen so many posters and promotional videos already on when the game was supposed to be launched. But I mean, we should all give CD Projekt Red some break regarding this, because whatever they put their hands on usually turns to gold. So yeah, I mean, if EA Games would say that they have to delay a game, I would be probably like, who cares, it's gonna be total crap anyhow. So yeah, but that'll be it for this episode. Hope you liked it. I really hope you are staying safe in these uncertain times. I really hope you will try to browse through my fine selection of videos on the channel, and hopefully I will see you in the comments or at the next one. Now I'm gonna go inside because there's another blizzard approaching, and I really don't intend to start and finish the damn episode with a freaking blizzard. So stay safe, have fun, and bye bye.